My name is Toet, and this presentation is about a new questionnaire for the assessment of presence in augmented and mixed reality. A key characteristic that is typically used to quantify the user experience in virtual reality is presence, that is, the extent to which one feels situated and able to act in the virtual environment. Methods to quantify the sense of presence in virtual environments include objective and subjective measures. Questionnaires are typically the preferred method of investigation, since they are cheap and easy to administer. However, there are currently no validated scales to measure the sense of presence in augmented and mixed reality. Also, user experience studies in augmented and mixed reality typically only address the sensory fidelity of the experience. However, the sense of presence also significantly depends on the plausibility and perceived affordances. We therefore propose a holistic presence questionnaire that also measures the plausibility and perceived affordances of an augmented and mixed reality environment by tapping into all 5 relevant components of the experience, that is, the sensory, emotional, cognitive, behavioral, and decision level. The Holistic Presence Questionnaire is comprehensive and efficient. Each of its 5 relevant processing components is rated on a single item. At the sensory level, the relevant quality factor is the perceptual or sensory fidelity of the experience. At this level, the quality of the experience can be assessed by rating an item like the represented environment feels natural. At the emotional or affective level, the relevant quality factor is the internal plausibility or sensory congruity of the experience. At this level, the quality of the experience can be assessed by rating an item like my sensations are consistent and agree with the represented environment. At the cognitive level, the relevant quality factor is the external plausibility or the environmental and thematic congruity of the experience. At this level, the experience can be quantified by rating an item like the represented environment appears real. At the behavioral level, the relevant quality factor is the degree to which all elements in the environment afford natural behavior. At this level, the experience can be quantified by rating an item like my interaction with the represented environment feels realistic. And finally, at the reasoning level, the relevant quality factor is the degree of realism of the augmented or mixed reality environment. At this level, the experience can therefore be quantified by rating an item like my thoughts in the environment feel natural. The Holistic Presence Questionnaire is sufficiently general to measure presence for systems on any position on the virtual reality continuum. The Holistic Presence Questionnaire covers all psychological aspects of virtual reality, augmented reality, or mixed reality presence experiences. The Holistic Presence Questionnaire is comprehensive and efficient. Initial validation studies have confirmed the content and face validity of the Holistic Presence Questionnaire, and in future studies we will test its stability, sensitivity, and convergent validity. Thank you for your attention.